Lindsey. Welcome to the Netherlands.
Oh, hello.
Thank you for taking your time to do this interview. Well, what do you think about Holland so far?
It's beautiful. It's very charming. We drove in and we were looking through the bus windows, and we can't wait to run around and just kind of check out the area. It's beautiful.
You just came from Germany. How was it?
Oh yeah, it's really good. Good food. It's my first time ever coming to this side of Europe at all, so it's a whole new experience in general.
Did you have a good start?
Yeah, we've done 2 shows so far, just 2 shows in Germany, got Cologne and Berlin. And the audiences, the crowds, the fans, they're so much fun. Like, everybody's dancing. And US has great crowds as well, but I have to say, people get a little more jumpy and excited over here, so it's really fun.
Where did it all start?
Yeah, so I tried many different ways to try to be a musician. I auditioned for bands. I tried, I sent out resumes. I went to New York and I went to Vegas and, handed out resumes and auditioned for shows, and nothing ever worked. And everybody kept telling me that I should give up because it wasn't going to work. It wasn't marketable, is what they said. And then I met a YouTuber. His name was Devin Graham. And he has a YouTube channel called Devin's Supertramp, and he basically did a free music video for me for his YouTube channel. And I didn't quite understand why he would want to do a free music video for me and why he'd want to put it online. But it was just because he wanted good content for his channel. And I saw people started listening to my music after I released this music video with him. And so we became really good friends, and we ended up working together a ton. And I started my own YouTube channel, Lindsey Stomp. And that's when everything changed. I went from, this girl that nobody cared about her music, no one knew about my music, to suddenly people all over the world being interested in what I was doing. And it was crazy, and it just really took off. And since then, I've just worked really, really hard, producing music, making an album, making music videos, touring, just kind of go, go, go nonstop. And now here I am today in the Netherlands. It's amazing.
Why did you choose the violin?
Right. So when I was a little kid, my parents used to play lots of classical music in our house, like orchestras, and we listened to Beethoven and Tchaikovsky and, all kinds of stuff, just you name it. And we had an old record player, and so I can still remember the scratchy, and then the little needle falls and the music would play, and me and my sisters would just dance to the music. And when we were as soon as I could walk, I was twirling. And just from hearing these classical songs, I started begging my parents for violin lessons when I was about 6 years old.
Okay. Is someone special waiting at home?
No, not in that way. I don't have a special someone at the moment. Me and my keyboard player, we joke that this year we're going to find someone special.
What does this special person need to be?
That's a good question. Oh, yeah. He's got to be funny. I love guys that can make me laugh. And so he's got to be someone funny. And then just somebody that, I guess, understands me, that is supportive, someone that's free-spirited and willing to go and have a good time, but also someone that's really hardworking.
You wrote Transcendence at your lowest point in your life.
Right.
Why did you make the video clip as it is now?
So, like you said, I wrote Transcendence at a really low time in my life when I was really digging deep to find out who I was. And as I dug deeper and deeper, trying to figure out who is Lindsey Stirling and what do I want in my life, I wasn't even sure I was liking the person I was finding. And, I think so many times we feel like we have to fit into a box. The world tells us we have to look a certain way, we have to act a certain way. And finally I realized I was tired of trying to be what the world told me I should be. And I had to accept myself for me. And that's when things changed. And that's when I learned, I had to learn how to love myself. Even with all my inadequacies, even with all the problems that I have, I had to realize that I'm the best when I am just myself. And that's why in that video, there's this girl that was representing me, it was me, and I was wearing a white dress, and I was letting the world project onto me everything about myself. The clothes I wore, the way I stood, it was all dependent on what the projection made on me. And then in the video, the girl finally finds happiness once she breaks free from that, and she realizes that she can't become what the world is telling her. And that's what I had to do. I just had to realize that regardless of what everybody else told me I had to be, first and foremost, I had to be myself. And that's kind of the whole theme behind everything I do now, is once I realized that, I've been so much happier.
Wow. Did faith help you?
Oh, yes, very much so. I mean, I've always been very a faith-oriented person. My family's very religious. I as well am very religious. And so, you know, I don't know if I could have made it without, you know, several things. My family's support, but also my faith, and being able to turn to a bigger picture than myself and really rely that I have worth from within because, you know, in my belief, there's a God. And, you know, and so, yeah, faith really pulled me through these times.
Do you belong to a certain faith?
Yes, I'm LDS from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and a lot of people call us Mormons. But yeah, that's the religion, you know, that I was raised in, and it comes to a point when you're like, you know, my parents taught me this, do I really believe it? And through a lot of soul searching and prayer and just really digging deep, I found out that, yeah, this isn't something that I was just taught. This is something that makes a difference in my life, and it's changed me, and yeah, it's a huge part of who I am.
Your faith is important to you. Does your community support you?
You know, I've only gotten really good support from everybody in my, you know, religious community, because we believe very strongly in, well, just the fact that God has given each one of us gifts and talents, and that a huge part of this life is to use your talents to better the world. And so that's kind of the whole goal behind what I do, is I try to create very positive music. I always try to represent my standards and just basically represent myself as a daughter of God in the best way I can. And, you know, I love the fact that I hear that my music helps people. And even in a small way, it just makes me realize that I'm using the gifts that God gave me to the best that I can. And so because of that, I've received a lot of very good feedback, and, you know, from my religious community. And it's been really cool to see that the two worlds, even though people think that entertainment and religion have to be separate, it's amazing to see that the two can be married. They can be hand in hand, and it works together.
Does your family support you?
Very much so. I have such a supportive family. I mean, my parents sacrificed so much when I was a kid to give me violin lessons. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money at all, and so it was a big sacrifice for my parents to afford violin lessons and, you know, and to buy me a violin. And then my sisters have always been, you know, come to my shows and, you know, listen to me practice and give me feedback. My family, they're all very talented themselves, and so I just really appreciate the love and the support that they've given me, because I don't think I could do it without that support, especially because for so long, no one else believed in what I was doing. You know, everybody else told me I was going to fail, except my family. They were always there for me.
Are you homesick?
I do. I miss my family. I mean, I love being on the road, but I'm a homebody. I love, you know, playing games with my family and family dinners, and so yeah, I miss my family, but luckily my band and my tour crew are so much fun, so they're kind of like my road family.
Do you miss your friends?
I do. I miss my friends. A lot of my friends had moved on. You know, we were roommates in college, and then I started touring, and they left. So most of my friends, honestly, now are in LA. I go to LA quite a bit, and I have so many musician friends over there. So I do. I miss my musician buddies. And honestly, I have a lot of YouTube friends. We're like, there's this online community of YouTubers that, you know, we work together, we're proud of each other, and it's a very tight-knit community. So, I mean, I miss my friends, I miss my YouTube friends, family.
What did you do before you became a famous musician?
Yes, I went to BYU, Brigham Young University, up in Provo, Utah, and I studied to be a therapist. I was going to be a recreational therapist, and for about a year I worked as a counselor for troubled teenage girls that were going through rehab for, like, you know, drug problems, eating disorders, and I loved it. I was going to do that for my living. I was going to work with troubled teens, and someday I hope to go back and do that again someday. Right now, I absolutely love being a musician. But I think the things that I learned from working with these girls are lessons that I'll always remember, and they made me a better person because, you know, as I worked with these girls, they were such good people that they just made mistakes along the way. And it was really neat to be able to work in a way that you could see people make changes in their lives that were going to affect the rest of their lives, and to make changes for good. And to be just a small part of it was a really neat experience. And so it inspired a lot of the music I write, and yeah.
What about combining it?
Definitely, yeah. I try to do motivational speaking here and there along the way, like like in the U.S. tour, there's a couple places where I'm going to do like a kind of motivational type speaking thing for teenagers. And so I do my best to try to combine both worlds, or like when I'm in Utah, the girls from the treatment center that I used to work at are going to come to the show, you know. So I do try to combine both worlds as much as I can.
Do you have any special projects we don't know about?
See, there's a group, I know, no. There's a group that's really popular. I'm not sure if they're as popular outside of the U.S., but in the U.S. they're very popular. It's an a cappella group called Pentatonics, and they and I just finished a video to Radioactive, which is a song by Imagine Dragons, which is a group also extremely popular in the U.S. But anyways, it's a really cool video. We filmed it in like this deserted town. It's very post-apocalyptic feeling, and so I'm really excited for that. We all had really funky costumes, and so that'll probably be out in like a week and a half.
We'll
so
be
yeah.
waiting for that. So one last question then.
Uh-huh.
When you're back in the summer, will you do another interview with us?
I sure hope so. I would love to.
Well, thank you very much for this interview then, and good luck with your show. No, I can't wish you good luck because it's theater, so what do you say, break a leg?
Break a leg.
Break a leg.
Right on.
And we'll see you in the summer then.
Definitely, yes, I sure hope so. And thanks so much for having me. It's wonderful to talk with you.
Thank you very much. Same goes for you.
Okay.